Fishman back and just checking out some marks today. My journeys today have brought me to a new area, so as I'm out this way on my lunch break, I'm just going to give it a try with doing a water drone and then maybe come back when it's high tide. It's low tide at the moment, so it's perfect time to do a bit of exploring. So I'll turn the camera around just so you can see me. So we've done the water drone ready to rock and roll. Set up now, low tide. You can see the tide's down to 10 foot, and while it's down it'll give you a good indication of the ground you're fishing on. Like, first things we can see even without a drone is rocks are exposed. There's a lot of shellfish on them. If you have a look here, the shellfish all over these rocks. Then we see there's a lot of kelp, which is good for fish for hide. The thing we learn is if you're casting here later on when the tide rises, you know if you cast into this gully it's going to be relatively clear, but if you cast out a bit more of them rocks when they're covered, they're going to get snagged. Also over here it's fairly clear here. If you cast out this way you're fine. If you cast out the right of these rocks you'll be fine as well. So this is the stuff we're looking for. So the tether's on the drone, which is that white line, and then it links to a Wi-Fi box. So it's all set up now, and in the water we go. So the first things we're looking at is there's a lot of kelp down here. And this is great because this is where wrasse and pollock like to hang out. You'll find other fish in here, but I would expect pollock and wrasse in this area. Now, what I'm also looking for when I'm in this area, what I look for personally is I look at the ground and I see is the ground rough or if it's smooth. If the ground's a bit rough, I'm going to be wanting to use a weak link for my lead, which basically means, for those of you who don't know, if the lead gets stuck, the lead line will break and I'll still get all my line back and my hooks. Now, if this was really smooth, I would just use a normal system where you can just take the lead out of it. But it just means with this kind of ground, there's a higher chance that you're going to get snagged. Also, if you're spinning in this area, which also would work well, you want to be using a weedless lure. There's kelp everywhere. If you use a normal lure, you're just going to get caught up and you're going to end up losing it. So a weedless lure, and that's the lure where the hook is kind of hidden in the back of the lure, and then once the fish bites it, it exposes it. Now I'm down about 20 foot now, and you'll see that there's still boulders that deep out. Now in the boulders we could potentially find conger eel. They like areas like this, and there's lots of food on the rocks, which means there is going to be fish here, which means there's going to be a food source for the conger. So when I'm fishing here, what I'll probably do is I'll probably bring two rods. I'll bring one which will target wrasse and pollock, and then I'll also bring another one that will target conger, just to see if there is any here in the area. Now, another thing to note is you see in them boulders about 20 foot down. When the tide's in, you're going to be going up to about 28 foot. If you're casting in there and you're casting in that area, you're potentially going to be stuck in them boulders and you're not going to get your rig back. So keep that in mind. And with that, I'm going to just put some music on and you can just watch a bit of the ground without any distractions from me. So back in the van now, and that's the underwater drone footage of that new mark that I was looking at, and it looks promising, so I'm looking forward to giving it a try, and I will let you know when I get back there to test it out and we'll see what's down there. So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe and take care. Bye bye guys.